Okay, today we're gonna benchmark the. I also get the name of this one, Pathfinder Wrath with Asus. Yeah, we're gonna see how it performs on 3080 and a 9900K. This game is extremely CPU intensive, so I played it for an hour. About that. In the combat areas outside of the city, you will get about double FPS easily. However, this is by far the most demanding area. I'm not actually sure why, but it is. The FPS is like, you don't really see your bottleneck even while it isn't used that much. But yeah, okay, so let's see what we got here. Let's go to full screen mode. So we're sitting on 1080p. Everything is maxed out besides VSync and camera shake, which is not particularly in visual sitting. I'll get back there in a second. So with these settings, you will be sitting at like 60 FPS, like barely scratching. There's a little bit of visual glitches, like shadows that pop out like this. Like, look at that, it's really bad looking. Wish that would like change it a little bit. The reason why I choose this area, it's pretty much at the start, is because it's the most demanding by far. So yeah, so you get about 70 FPS with this, heavily CPU bottlenecked. Let's move on to the next resolution. So it took a little while. Yeah, here we go. 1440p, exclusive full screen, and we have everything maxed out again. So as you can see, the FPS didn't really change. And the reason for that is we are heavily CPU bound here. That's for sure. So yeah, 1440p isn't really taxing the GPU at all. Let's move to 4K and see how that fares. Okay, so we have 4K. As you can see, 4K is a lot more demanding. We're sitting on 100 FPS of 100 utilization, 100%. We are GPU bottlenecked here, as you can see. We're sitting on like 59, 60 FPS. Again, it's the most demanding place. Like if we just go, for example, to a little bit further, this one, you'll see the performance goes up pretty severely. Well, not at 4K it is actually, interesting. Still we get like a better performance here now. You can basically turn off MSAA, I guess. Oh, it's even worse here.
What's on your mind?
As you can see. Let's actually do that, see what happens. Because it's kind of overkill, let's be honest, yeah. Let's just put it on FXAA. There we go.
My skills are absolute.
No, it doesn't really change much. Let's just turn it off completely. No,
we do it my way.
It really isn't affecting that much at all. Still, for a game like this, it's perfectly fine playable. You will see some drops clearly, as you can see here. Go to 50, 40 even. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you don't like the bloom effect in this game, you can actually disable it. It makes it a lot more less shiny, pretty much. More traditional, as you can see. Let's move to 1080p and see if the performance actually goes up here. Because we are GPU bound in this resolution. See, CPU is no longer bound here, it's all GPU. So 1080p it will sit at like 120 FPS in these areas. So 4K is still really demanding. But in general, really good performance, plays super smooth. It's an interesting game, it's really difficult to get into. So you need to take your time for it. Feels a little bit like Divinity, but far more difficult. Yeah, that was pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and that's it. See you in the next one.